Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of StarSound Speaks. This is your host, Irlianna Samsara, with episode 135. We are alive. This episode is going to be of just some cool Christmas gift ideas. I actually woke up the other morning with a very different, it's not a product, it was something that I thought up in my head about, especially in the spirit of these times. We have, and my next podcast, I'm going to talk about Venus's retrograde in about a week from now, a little over a week, and it's going to be going into retrograde. It's been in shadow. It's going to retrograde in Capricorn, conjunct Pluto. Very deep conversation, but it's definitely this conversation about Christmas gifts is I feel in alignment with our Venus-y transits between Venus going retrograde and Uranus in Venus-ruled Taurus, ruling our personal possessions and our love of things luxe, right? We are rewriting and reprioritizing what's really important to us. So, with those in mind, I present to you some gift ideas. So the first one, this is the one that I woke up to the other morning. Okay. Socks. No, I'm not saying Christmas gift ideas, socks, right? That has nothing to do with astrology. But the reason I'm showing you this is I think of like Christmas stockings, and I think about all this, chintzy stuff that that in our culture, in our Western culture, we have just been, besotted with all this, just a lot of just junk. Okay, we'll just call it like it is, right? And I think about Christmas stockings. Now, when I was a little kid, of course, I loved those stockings, the one that had your name on it. Maybe it was in glitter, or, they were fancy, and you always looked, your parents would, put something in them. And yeah, that's all really cool. But I'm thinking, okay, here's a Uranus and Taurus meets Venus shadow retrograde and Pluto, and like re-examining our values and our art and our culture. So I'm thinking, wow, like the old days, the whole idea of the Christmas gift stocking was, with somebody's actual stocking, right? And then it got fancy with the ones that we buy in the store. But I'm thinking, well, wouldn't that be a great idea if you just put all your little stocking stuffer things inside of a nice new pair of socks? So you get the sock. It's like reduce, reuse, recycle. You've heard that about recycling, with the environment. So I'm like, well, that's really environmentally friendly. We're not buying some cheesy fake fur Christmas stocking made in China. You know what I'm saying? So this is an idea. So, nice pair of socks, and fill them both. You get two stockings, right? Two stocking stuffers. So fill them with little Christmas gifts, and so then people can take home that container. So that was the idea. The next thing I'd like to talk about or show you is our friends at Sleeping Giant Botanicals. This, I have to say, I was so glad I got myself a jar of this several months ago. sleepinggiantbotanicals.com. I'll pull up the website for you so you can see. Why am I bringing this up? This is, they make lots of different wonderful products, but this is the one that I just love. I don't know if you can see, it says Sunshine Salve, right? Sunshine Salve. It says it's CBD and DMSO balm. So, I'm going to preface this all by saying I am not a doctor. I am not a medical professional. You obviously entrust yourself to a licensed medical professional for all things like that. I am simply saying from my experience, I have had great luck with this. Of course, it's just a really good grade of the CBD. The DMSO is apparently an ingredient. I wasn't familiar with this, but it allows the CBD to go in instantly. And I've often had, neck tension, and so I would put it there. I put it on my back. If I had, just within minutes, I just get relief, and it lasts for hours. And I love that. So what does this have to do with astrology, you may ask? Well, what I found out is that the owner of the company is he's just a wonderful man, and he attunes everything astrologically with the, and I think it's even, let me see if I can pull that screen up here for you. Okay, so here is his website, sleepinggiantbotanicals.com. He doesn't know I'm doing this, by the way. I'm being, shh, don't tell anyone. I'm being Saint Nick, right? Sleeping Giant Botanicals, solar activated, lunar harmonized, astrologically attuned. Folks, you can't get better than that, right? This is where, you know, he has shared with me, you know, where he would go into prayer and meditation, and he gets messages, you know, spirit will say, okay, make this product right now. Sometimes it's late at night, you know, you want to just sit back and put your feet up. No, you have to do it right now. Make this product, do it this way, and here's the ingredients, and here's the proportions. So it's all beautiful, divinely inspired. So there's a whole bunch of products. One of them is for, people have written to him that they use it for, you know, like menopause and things. And another one is great with, people have talked about migraines, how it gives them relief. Mount Kailash Temple Balm. I love that. Like Mount Kailash, how high vibe can that be? The sacred mountain in the Himalayas, you know? So I can't say enough good things. It's great to support small businesses, especially at this time. So yeah, that's where my vote goes. Sunshine Salve, solar activated, lunar harmonized, astrologically attuned. Enough said. Okay. The next one we're going to go on to is, well, now we have, of course, we just had our last solar eclipse in the Gem-Sag axis, which is the information axis, writing, speaking, learning, teaching, certainly writing, right? Well, I think with the upcoming conjunction that we will be having, Jupiter will enter the sign of Neptune at 0 degrees at the end of this month, December, I think it's the 28th or 29th. Now, we had a little preview of that in late spring for about 6 weeks or so, and it kind of, Jupiter dipped its toe into Pisces at, like, I think it retrograded at 2 degrees. So we had a little 0, 1, 2 degree preview. And so an ideal life. So of course, I'll talk about this more. We'll go through the houses, where this will impact you, but it is really huge because it's going to be conjoining Neptune in April 12th to be exact. So from now to April 12th, there is this huge influx of divine inspiration. I love the fact that that April eclipse, big game changer, would have Jupiter and Venus, both benefics, in the sign of Pisces. So Jupiter, Venus, and Neptune all conjoined, having a party. If that is not divine inspiration, nothing is. So writing, performing, music, poetry, love, you know, expressing ourselves creatively. This is like the most unbelievable time to do it. So I'm showing you, I apologize, I don't know where this came from. It was a gift, but this is one of my journals. Mermaids have more fun. How Jupiter, Neptune can that be? Mermaids, Neptune, right? So just get yourself a really nice journal and get them anywhere, and you can get them anywhere and everywhere. So I have one for my dreams and journals. So this one is creative projects and things. So yeah, journal if you haven't, and journal like your life depends on it, you know. Which brings me to the I share a quote. I want to share a quote with you, and I shared this in my webinar when I did the webinar a couple of months ago on the nodal shift. Now we have now officially moved into the you know, the Taurus and Scorpio eclipse axis, right? We've just left Gem-Sag, and now we are moving into North Node in Taurus, South Node. We already had our lunar eclipse November 19th at 27 Taurus. The next eclipse will be in the spring, you know, so we'll be fully in the Taurus Scorpio axis. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is, let's just see, hold on a second. Oh yes, the quote, that's what I wanted to show you. So let me grab this quote for you. And this was shared, like I said, in my seminar, and I really feel it's very apropos for right now as we're heading into Venus retrograde. And about art. The reason I really, you know, want everyone to journal and paint, and you say, well, I'm not an artist. Yes, everyone has this ability. In the challenging times that we are living through, I'm reading this quote from Paul Levy. It is crucially important for us not to not, quote, fit in, but rather express our unique creative spirit more than anything, that more than anything wants to come through us and find its place in the world. Instead of blindly and passively subscribing to the new normal, let us create the new abnormal, in which we step into the radical act of being our naturally creative selves. Whereas repressed and unexpressed creativity is the greatest poison there is to the human psyche, creativity given free license to express itself is the greatest medicine imaginable. And right now, as I'm saying this, I don't know if you could hear it, but I hear sirens going off outside my window. And I probably shared with this before about how sirens, I programmed it, thanks to a dear friend who does this. I programmed sirens that I told the universe, you know, whenever a siren goes off or a train whistle, it's like time for us, it's like highlighter pen, right? Yellow highlighter, listen, stop, you know, listen to this, what's being said. So I feel too with COVID, you know, when you think about the poison of this virus and this pandemic, you know, what is the real antidote that is beyond medicine? It's like, it's our creativity, our God self. So who said this? A wonderful man named Paul Levy, and then the essay is called "It's No Time to Be Normal." So he wrote this during the, you know, when the pandemic was, you know, gaining momentum. And the web address is awakeninthedream.com/articles/no time to be normal. But just go to his website, awakeninthedream.com. He's an incredible soul. And so anyway, I share that with you with our Venus. You know, Venus is all about gifts and gift giving, and of course the Christmas season, but Venus will be retrograde on Christmas. So this is definitely a time to step back and go, well, what's really important? My art, my personal my connection with myself via art is huge. And so whether it's writing or drawing or painting or whatever it is, dance, poetry, you know, whatever it is that floats your boat, just go out and be a mermaid. So Jupiter and Venus, Jupiter conjunct Neptune, you know, there's lots of great opportunities coming our way for this artistic reset, right? We can rethink who we are in terms of that. When with Venus's retrograde, that's a great time to rethink. So yeah, so socks, the books. Oh, yes, 3 books. Let me pull up 3 astrology books that I think you might enjoy if you are new to astrology, or maybe you're a little further along the path, or you just like the wisdom of the archetypes. So let me grab that. Hold on just a second. Okay, let's grab that screen and let's see, where is that thing? Just a second. Hold on. Okay, the first book I want to share with you is my wonderful fellow star traveling astrologer sister, Vanessa Montgomery. She was on last year and I wanted to bring her back, and she said, I'm in the middle of my 3rd book. I just have to keep my nose to the grindstone. I'm like, don't worry, Vanessa. She's such a cool, amazing, I love her dearly. She's an Australian astrologer. She is the columnist for Glamour and Cosmo for astrology. And she's written her first book, which I have as an ebook because I couldn't wait, right? And you can get it as an ebook or as a hardcover. It's called Star Power, A Simple Guide to Astrology for the Modern Mystic. So if you are very new and you just want to get your confidence up and just kind of an easy way to jump into the astrology, the fabulous astrology swimming pool, everything you need to know to read your birth chart, from the movement and the meaning of the sun signs to understanding all the basics, right? The elements, the houses, the aspects, transits. It's just a great little, you know, great guide to get you going. So Kindle, $6.49. You know, you could put it in the stocking, but it's digital. So you have to put something else in that sock of yours. So anyway, that's one thing. And the other one is her other book is, let us see, hold on a second, grab this. Here it is, Cosmic Power. So this is her second one, Ignite Your Light, a simple guide to sun signs for the modern mystic. So again, it's a little deeper exploration, and it's designed to help you understand your sunshine, release your sun sign, and release your shine. I love all the rhymes. So it's the sun, what it represents, and how, and talks about pitfalls that, what gets in the way of shining our light. And so she just walks you right through it. And it's just so great. No pretenses, no heavy, astrological jargon. It's all just simple, jump in, have fun with it. And when you do this, the more you play with it, then when you go see an astrologer like me or whoever, you have a little more leeway to express yourself, and things do start to come together. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. The other one I would like to share is this one. This is a little bit more advanced. This is called The Archetypal Universe by Ren Butler. This is my new favorite astrology book in my library. And now, if you're not an astrologer, it's okay. This is just a very deep cosmic dive into the archetypes, astrological patterns in human culture, thought, emotions, and dreams. So it's a really deep dive. I think it became a classic as soon as it got published. But he talks about Stanislav Grof and the Jung and Jungian lineages, and it's a deep dive, and it's very well organized because where's my book? Where did it go? Oh, let me get it. There it is. This let me just put the it's Ren, by the way, it's renbutler.com, is RENN Butler. And so this is the book. It's just fantastic because it'll go into every planetary pairs, like combinations of planets, and then planetary triads when you get 3. So when you're going through rough transits and you want like a really deep dive and understanding the very essence of what these represent, this is a great reference book. I definitely use it in my practice with clients, with myself, and it will give you some incredible insights. And it's the positive and the shadow, of course, right? Hey, when you talk Jung, you gotta talk about the shadow. And nothing ever happens and moves forward and transforms unless we, of course, as you know, address the shadow. But anyway, it's just, it's an outrageous book. Here's what Kieran LeGrice said, author of The Archetypal Cosmos and Discovering Eris. He said, inspired by his studies with Richard Tarnas and Stanislav Grof, and informed by more than 35 years of astrological practice and exploration of the psyche in non-ordinary states of consciousness, Butler has created a concise, insightful, and accessible handbook that will be of much value to astrologers, therapists, and spiritual practitioners seeking to come to terms with the archetypal powers shaping our lives. Thank you, Kieran. It's beautifully said. So yes, fabulous book. Get it on and your local independent bookseller or Amazon or whatever that is, your truth is. So yeah. The last thing to suggest as a gift idea is, well, hey, time with me. So I make gift certificates. So if you're interested, you can get one for a 1-hour reading or 1.5 to 2 hour, or a package, or you could also just break it down into like $25, $50, $100 gift card. You can use whatever denomination you want. So just howl at me, Irlianna at starsoundastrology.com, emails below. And I will make a personalized one, a really nice one with a beautiful image and with the person's name and love from, with your name on it. And so it makes a nice gift. So anyway, and look, let's face it, 2022, 2020 was its own unique animal. 2021 evolved out of that. 2022 is definitely a turning point on many levels, and I will be addressing that in depth in the 2022 forecast. But yes, we have these incredibly powerful transits coming up. So let's take advantage of all the knowledge and timetables of opportunity specific to you, you, the recipient, so you can guide your way powerfully. You can, instead of being used by transits, you use them. Don't let them use you. Don't let them throw you around. I mean, unless you really want to, but that's what I love about astrology, right? We can really navigate very powerfully with these as we move into singularity. That's all, nothing happening on planet Earth, but anyway, so I hope that that was useful for you. If you have any questions, whatever, we'd love hearing from you. Irlianna at starsoundastrology.com, or leave your message below. Like, share, subscribe, we are grateful for all of that. If you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification button so that you can, as soon as I post, I will definitely, as soon as I post this episode, you'll get the alert in your inbox. And so, yes, thank you. Thank you so much for listening. And for all of those who are listening, the audio version of this, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Radio Public, Anchor, I've got like 10 different audio platforms. So yes, we love hearing from you too. We love you. So anyway, I hope you have a blessed, wonderful holiday season, whether it's Christmas, Kwanzaa. I think Hanukkah passed, but let's hear it for all aspects and expressions of divine love. So thank you all so much for listening. This is Irlianna Samsara, StarSound Speaks, StarSoundastrology.com. Take care. Bye-bye now.